Hello, I'm Anna Doe, and I made this video to teach you about this theory called 1,000 true fans. But not those kind of fans. The ones that admire and support people, or things. The theory of 1,000 true fans is a solution to the long tail theory. But wait, what is the long tail theory? Well, I'll explain that to you. The long tail is an economic model that shows how the market has shifted away from focusing on mainstream products at the head of the demand curve and towards a huge number of niches in the tail. So, the vertical axis is sales, and the horizontal is products. And the big part on the left is the hits or mainstream products that have dominated the markets and culture for a long time. And the longer part is the long tail, and it represents non-hits or niches and is where there is new growth. There is no longer the constraint for physical shelf space. We've entered into a world of abundance with online distribution and retail. In a 2004 issue of Wired, the then editor-in-chief of Wired, Chris Anderson, said, "As the cost of production and distribution fall, especially online, there is now less need to lump products and consumers into one-size-fits-all containers." Before online distribution and retail was popular, people went to stores to purchase everything. But stores can only stock mainstream music, books, and movies because there isn't enough shelf space for every CD, DVD, or book. And if they wanted to store more, they'd have to buy more space, and that can get expensive. But on the other hand, online retailers have a whole lot more songs, books, and movies because they can store virtually everything. People have access to infinite choices on the internet, and people gravitate towards niches that satisfy their interests better than hits. An example of some online retailers are Netflix, Amazon, iTunes, and they have services that guide consumers interested in something to explore the unknown by providing services such as recommendations, reviews, and ratings. For example, if you watched a documentary like Carl Sagan's Cosmos on Netflix, it recommends to you a wide range of science documentaries such as PBS specials or TED Talks or other indie films that you won't be able to purchase in stores. These recommendations are driven by customers' ratings. You rate a movie out of 5 stars and they filter out movies to match other people who like similar movies to you, and this drives the demand down the long tail. The long tail has a lot of advantages. It's good for consumers, because consumers can follow recommendations, encouraging exploration, and it can awaken their passion for music, film, or reading, and create a larger entertainment market. It's good for aggregators such as Netflix or iTunes, Amazon, because it's an efficient form of marketing, and more people use their services because it helps them find things they like that they didn't know they liked. It's good for the entertainment industry because it allows less mainstream music and movies to find an audience. But the long tail isn't perfect. There's some cons to it because it overlooks creators. It adds a lot of competition and downward pressure on prices. Some creators who are overlooked are artists, musicians, producers, inventors, and makers. It's expensive to be a creator. If you want to live off being a creator, you have to be able to cover many expenses. Gas, because you have to travel to book signings, put on concerts, on a tour. People need to hear about you somehow. You gotta meet publishers. Equipment, if you're a musician, you need to buy instruments, recording stuff, time in a recording studio, new string sticks. If you're an artist, paintbrushes, paint, digital software, fancy cameras. If you're an author, you need a nice typewriter or a computer. Food, because you have to eat and you're going to be traveling a lot, so you need to eat at restaurants and that can get expensive. Merch, you need repairs, you need a nice place to live, maybe raise a family. And you need to pay professionals, like producers, publishers, managers, website designers, people that can help you. Being a creator can be expensive. There's high fixed costs if you want good material, and unfortunately there are low marginal costs. Digital goods are easy to reproduce, but they're expensive to produce. It takes time and money to make something. So, is there a solution for creators? How can they make a living when everyone else is getting their stuff for free? In 2008, the founding executive editor of Wired, Kevin Kelly, came up with this theory that you only need 1,000 true fans to make a living. What makes a true fan? Well, it's someone who will purchase anything and everything you produce. All your CDs, your regular ones, as well as a super deluxe reissued high-resolution box set, posters, mugs, every t-shirt, tank top. They'll also travel to go see you. So they'll drive miles to go to your concert or your book signing. They make fan pages, they promote your shows, and they're on your email list. So you only need 1,000 true fans to make a living? Well, how does that work? Well, a true fan spends about $100 per year on you. This makes sense because a concert ranges from like $20 to $50 if you're not that big. and they spend like $20 in CD, $20 in merch, etc. So if you have 1,000 fans, you're making about $100,000 a year, and that's enough to make a living off of. And you also have lesser fans who spend some money on you when they're not torrenting your stuff off the internet. The trouble with this is it can be hard to keep all your true fans while adding more fans. And in order to keep your true fans and make more fans, you need to maintain contact with your fans. Technology has made it easier to keep in contact with your fans with sites like Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, Twitter, and blogs and services like email. These people are supporting you directly by showing their interest in you and purchasing your music, books, or movies, giving you feedback, and making your name known. You also need to keep producing good work to keep your fans interested. If they see the same stuff all the time, they're going to get bored, so you need to push past your comfort zone to make better, more creative works, and you can make more fans along the way. A dedicated artist can have a home below the mainstream but above the long tail. All it takes is the help of 1,000 true fans.